So I'm going to test these three machines, high-end, mid-range, and entry-level machine, on some gold in my test garden, and some silver in my test garden, and a 3-inch deep dime. And I know that this White's MX Sport is not going to perform very well because there's a lot of iron where my test garden is right now. And I didn't really get too much gold with the White's MX Sport. It's a 14 kilohertz machine. You want higher frequencies for gold, and this is an older machine. You know, it's a waterproof. All three of these are waterproof machines. But I'll start out with the MX Sport, and I'll turn it on here. Turn off the light. Ground balance it here. Just a lot of iron here. You can't hear it because I have my iron volume down quite a bit. I think it's at 10%, but there's just iron all around here. But what I do, I have a dime. It's actually right here, but this detector will pinpoint it right here. I have a 14 karat, 1 gram gold ring right on the surface right there. And I have a small little sterling earring that I found just the other day with my Anfibio with my 7-inch coil on it. And I have a 14 karat gold pendant right there with a little bit of Black Hills gold on it and some rose gold on it. But those are just right on the surface. All three of these, the gold, silver, and gold, are right on the surface in a bunch of iron. I don't know what the iron looks like underneath there, but there's a lot of iron. And this one's in a kind of a trashy hole there. I just dug a hole there, buried a dime at 3 inches deep, and I just started testing it in all my coils and my detectors. Just want to get to know them a little bit better. You know, that's what test gardens are for, you know, just getting to know your settings and your modes and your frequencies and whatnot. And here's that dime right there at 3 inches. So I have my MX Sport here in coin and jewelry, zero discrimination, gained at 9. I'll rotate on it, just nothing but grunts, right? I'm only getting at one angle here. I'll swing fast. And this isn't even fast. That's fast for the MX Sport, but the processor in this MX Sport just can't do it, man. It's just so slow. It's just, they're not very good machines in the iron. Even though I've gotten the most relics with this machine out of any other machine that I've ever had, it just doesn't do well in the iron. And that's what you want to do. You want a machine that's going to work in the iron, because that's where all the good stuff is at, right? Now I'll hit this gold ring right here on the surface. See the numbers there? It's pinpointing it good, but I'm getting 0, 0. And I know that with my MX Sport, the 0, 0s, there's just so much iron here. With the MX Sport, man, that 0, 0 is foil just about every time. And I've dug up hundreds of thousands of pieces of foil with this Simplex, and I've gotten very little gold with it. Just very few pieces of gold. It just doesn't do well in the iron. Now I'll go over to this, and I'll even rotate on it. It's gonna just... Look at that, just not even hitting it. See? Just iron. And it's a ring right there on the surface, man. I'll even lift my coil up. See? Just totally nulls out there. Just a bunch of minus numbers, you know, minus numbers. Now here's that silver earring right on the surface. I'm hitting a little bit right there at just that angle. But it should be reading high, right? Because it's silver, man. I'm just getting I can get it if I just wiggle it. But I'm not swinging like that all the time, right? I'm not going like this everywhere, right? The MX Sport will do it if I go like this, just pinpoint everywhere. But I'm not going to be swinging like that. I will never hit that stuff on the surface there. I will never pick this stuff up with the MX Sport. And now here's that 14 karat gold pendant here. Bunch of zeros, right? Foil, man. It's foil. I'm lifting my coil up. Just reads a bunch of iron. And that's right on the surface. If that was an inch deep, it wouldn't even read up, man. Okay. Now I'll go with the Simplex. And I will ground balance it. This is a 267. And these two are stock coils, a 10-inch stock coil on the White's MX Sport and the 11-inch stock coil on the 267, okay? I'll ground balance it here. Wow, just so much iron here, man. I'll ground balance over here. At least get it in the 50s. It's not really necessary. The Simplex hits all the stuff, just bangs it. Here's that dime. It's spanking it, man. Look at how fast I'm swinging. And all that iron is around there, and those iron tones are just completely going away when I get that higher conductive target. So the targets are so much more evident with the Simplex, man, than the older machines. Now I'll go over this gold ring right on the surface here. I'm 6 inches above it right now, and it's still reading good. 50s. And I'll swing fast over it. Over that dime. Just lightning fast, man. These new machines are extremely fast. Now I'll hit that silver earring that I found the other day. Just wicked fast, man. Wicked fast. I found that silver earring with my Anfibio the other day. Now I'll go with this gold. I'm 4 inches above it. There's so much iron here. I mean, listen to all this out here. And it's even on top of the iron, and the Simplex is still smacking it out. There's big iron there too. Now I'll go with the Anfibio. Turn this thing off, because it's gonna go absolutely berserk. And I wasn't even at full gain with that either. And actually, what I'll do, I won't even ground balance it, and I'll go over that dime right there and put it in field mode. I won't even ground balance it. I'll go over to field mode right here. Spanks it out, man, all different ways, man. The Simplex is amazing, especially the 267, man. I really like that 267 version. I got the Anfibio with a 7-inch coil here, and I found two of those, that silver earring and the gold pendant there with this coil here. I'll ground balance it. And 14 kilohertz. '80s. See that? Just swinging super fast. It's a shallow coin with a lot of iron around it. And now I'll go with this gold ring. It's overloading on it, man. I'm 5 inches above it. I'm 5 inches above that. And it's still hitting it big time, man. Solid 20s. That's why I dig so many low tones in the 20s and the 30s with the Anfibio, because it's just deadly, man. Now I'll go with this earring here, this silver earring right on the surface. Super easy target for the Anfibio with this small coil on it. Now I'll go with that. It struggles a little bit in 14 kilohertz, but if I bring it up to 20 kilohertz, I'll show you what it does, man. With that gold target. 18, 19. Now I'll go over that earring here. It would smack that thing right out of the ground in 5 kilohertz. Now I'll go over this gold right here. It really hits it hard in 20 kilohertz. I'm 6 inches above that target right now. I'm still getting at 20. I'm about 2 inches above it right now. I'm still getting 23. That's about what it reads up at. But it changes everything once you get the soil above it. You know, once you get some hot soil or some iron above it, that all changes. But it's still, you know, the Anfibio still, you know, I can get these small concentric coils on there, and those rings read up so good. And the gold, that small little jewelry is just deadly with this little coil here. I've been using it a lot these last couple weeks here. Mostly I've been using my 7-inch coil for the last couple weeks and just been getting lots and lots of jewelry every day. And with the Simplex, you know, this 267, it does very, very good in the iron for a first version of the Simplex 267. I've been using the 278 now with my SP24 coil because this version of the Simplex does not have a mute function on it, and it makes it really hard to do videos, so I have to push a couple extra buttons to mute this machine. That's why I haven't really been using it, but I really like using this machine. I just can't make videos with it anymore. My older videos were just horrible because the EMI with my pinpointer was just horrible. Well, there's some differences between these 3 machines here, and of course the Anfibio is going to do a lot better with that 7-inch coil on there, but I just want to show you because I've been getting so much jewelry with this Anfibio with a 7-inch coil, and I just had to show you guys. Well, thank you for watching. Please subscribe.